are made up of parts. But God is not such a thing. He is not made up of parts. Whatever is made up of parts is destroyable. You can destroy it. But if there is something which is not made up of parts, then you cannot destroy it. Therefore, he said, my God is Akhanda. Akhanda. Whatever it be, it can't be divided. What does it mean? God is here, God is there, but there are not two gods, only God. Take the example of zero, only zero. There can be no divided zeros. Zero can't be divided. You know it, it is not divisible. One can be divided, 1 upon 2, half, half. 1 upon 10, 1 upon 100. You can divide, go on dividing the one, but try to divide a zero, you cannot divide it. 0 by 2, no, 0. 0 by 10, 100, 0, 0, 0. 0 cannot be divided. In the same way, God cannot be divided. God cannot be counted and God cannot be divided. Whatever is countable, that can be divided. If there is something which cannot be counted, then it is indivisible. God cannot be counted. You can't say northern God, southern God. God in my house, God in my town. Such a division is not possible in God. Therefore, God is said to be Akhanda. That great saint says, God is Akhanda, Akhanda. You cannot divide him. He may be in you, he may be in other persons, he may be in animals, in small objects, in big objects. That does not make God big or small. But our gods are different. There are rich gods, there are poor gods, isn't it? Rich gods get millions of rupees every day. Poor gods, no, not even a rupee. Gods can't be poor and rich. We may be rich, we may be poor. We feel that we are rich and poor, but God does not. You may build a small temple or a big one. That does not make God small or big. God is God. Our minds may be small or big. Our wealth may be less or more. But God cannot be poor or rich. God cannot be small or big. Wonderful, isn't it? God cannot be Indian or British or French or German. God cannot be. God is a God wherever you go. Sun is a sun whether you see him in India or in America or in Africa, sun is sun. Isn't it? Sun doesn't change from territory to territory, from place to place. God is there, sun is there. everywhere the same. The space is there, everywhere the same. Wonderful. Therefore, God is called that saint uses the word to call him Akhanda. Akhanda. Khanda means part. Akhanda means partless. Khanda, khanda, part. Part by part. Akhanda, no parts. No small parts, no big parts. Partless means impossible to divide it into parts and parts. Whatever we have is divisible. Parts are there. Whatever we have, it can be divided. You are a father, now you have grown old. You divide your wealth among your children. You divide the wealth. If you have 1 crore, then you divide into 10 lakh, 10 lakh, 10. If you have 10 children, but God can't be divided. Can't be. The space cannot be divided. That is God, how He has defined God. God is Akhanda. Only one word He uses, Akhanda, and that gives full definition, proper, right definition of God. What is God? God is Akhanda. Akhanda. Very wonderful word he has given. Akhanda, O God, Akhanda. What is he going to say? I worship him in my heart. That doesn't mean God in my heart is different from the God in your heart. God is Akhanda, Akhanda, not divisible, such the God I worship within my heart. ದೇಹವೆಂಬ ದೇಗುಲದೊಳಗೆ. He says, this body itself is a temple. Wonderful, isn't it? This body is a temple. Kaya deha vemba degula. Degula means devasya sthana. Degula, temple. ದೇಹವೆಂಬ ದೇಗುಲದೊಳಗೆ, these bodies are different, hundreds and thousands of them, but they are all temples of God. Some temples are small, some temples are big, some are very wonderful, some are ugly. Maybe, but it is a temple. Temples are temples. Now he says, ದೇಹವೆಂಬ ದೇಗುಲದ ಒಳಗೆ ಭಾವಸಿಂಹಾಸನವ ಮಾಡಿ. Bhava is there. Bhava means bhava. Bhava, mind is there. Heart is there. Bhava, bhava, very wonderful word. Bhava is very wonderful. Ahama bhava, mama bhava, ನನ್ನದು ಅನ್ನುವ ಭಾವ, ನಿಮ್ಮದು ಅನ್ನುವ ಭಾವ, ನಾನು ಅನ್ನುವ ಭಾವ, ನಾನು ಅಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನುವ ಭಾವ. ಭಾವ. A wonderful property man has. It is a treasure. It is the wealth that we have Because if that bhava is taken away from our heart, we cease to live. Just to think of it. Suppose there is no I bhava, not aham bhava, not I bhava. What happens? If there is no I bhava, then there is no you bhava. If there is no I bhava, then there is no my bhava. Everything is gone. Bhava is very important. I am different from you, not because of the body only, but because of this bhava feeling. I feel that I exist, that is bhava. I feel that I am small, bhava. Some people feel that they are great, that is their bhava. Bhava simhasanava madi. Man, that I feeling is there, make it the throne for God within your heart. Establish it. Establish that throne within your heart of hearts. ದೇಹವೆಂಬ ದೇಗುಲದೊಳಗೆ ಭಾವಸಿಂಹಾಸನವ ಮಾಡಿ ಜೀವದೊಡೆಯನ ಪೂಜಿಸಬಲ್ಲಡೆ. There install whom ಜೀವದೊಡೆಯ, the master of jiva, the great divine reality. Establish it, install it within the throne of your heart. Man, your body is a temple, and within your heart there is that feeling, I feeling, my feeling. That wonderful feeling is there. That is the throne. And establish on that throne or install on that throne the divine principle, the thought of the divine. Establish it there, install it there, and worship. Worship, to worship means to think of it. And in thinking of Him, feel the joy. Feel the joy, inexhaustible joy. Feel it, man. If the joy comes from the external objects, it becomes divisible, destroyable. I get joy from this flower, taking the smell of this flower. And this flower is not permanent. Therefore, the joy I get from seeing the flower does not remain forever. It is also destroyable. It doesn't stay forever. Therefore, the joy that we get from the things of the world is not permanent. It is always divisible. It always comes down, means it does not remain the same. Slowly it fades out. Slowly it fades out. In the morning it was very, very fragrant.